Antarctica is the fifth largest continent, covering more than 14 million square kilometers, 5.4 million square miles, nearly twice the size of Australia. It's the coldest, windiest, and driest continent. The lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth was at Russia's Vostok station in Antarctica, minus 89.2 degrees Celsius, 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, on July 21, 1983. About 98% of Antarctica is covered by ice averaging 1.9 kilometers, 1.2 miles, in thickness. This ice contains about 70% of the planet's fresh water. Antarctica is home to one of the largest subglacial lakes in the world, Lake Vostok. It's located under Russia's Vostok station, and scientists believe that it may harbor unique life forms. But they lied to us about Antarctica. Here is how. Flat Earth theory. One common conspiracy theory is that governments are lying about Antarctica being a vast continent, and instead claim it's a ring-shaped landmass at the edge of a flat Earth. The flat Earth theory has been scientifically debunked multiple times. Earth is an oblate spheroid, round but slightly squashed at the poles and bulging at the equator. Climate change denial. Some people and groups argue that Antarctica is not losing ice or even gaining ice to downplay the severity of climate change. In fact, while there is some complexity due to regional variations and differences between sea ice and land ice, the overall trend shows significant ice loss, especially in West Antarctica. No life exists. Antarctica is often thought of as a barren, lifeless desert of ice. While it's true that conditions are extreme and inhospitable, life does exist in Antarctica. Various types of bacteria, fungi, plants, and animals like penguins, seals, and a variety of sea creatures live in and around the continent. Nazis and alien bases. There are long-running conspiracy theories about secret Nazi and alien bases in Antarctica. These claims are based on misinterpretations and sensationalism. There's no credible evidence to support the existence of secret underground bases or extraterrestrial activity in Antarctica. It's completely frozen. While Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth, not every part of it is permanently covered in ice. The dry valleys are one of the most extreme deserts on Earth, where conditions are so harsh that even ice cannot form. These valleys haven't seen rainfall for millions of years. Remember, science is a process of learning about the world, and sometimes initial understandings can turn out to be incomplete or incorrect as we learn more. It's important to look for reliable, evidence-based sources of information, and to be open to updating our understanding as new evidence comes to light. But also, there is some terrifying truth behind Antarctica. Climate change. The most terrifying truth about Antarctica is probably the impact of climate change. As global temperatures rise due to human activity, the Antarctic ice sheets are melting at an accelerated rate. This not only leads to rising sea levels, potentially causing widespread coastal flooding, but it also threatens to release ancient trapped gases like methane, which can amplify global warming. Ice sheet collapse. The Thwaites Glacier, also known as the Doomsday Glacier, is of particular concern to scientists. This glacier is rapidly melting, and if it were to collapse, it could significantly raise global sea levels by itself. Biodiversity loss. Warming temperatures also threaten Antarctica's unique ecosystems. Krill, a key species in the Antarctic food web, is declining due to loss of sea ice. Penguins and other species that rely on krill are at risk as a result. Unknown. Life forms and diseases. As the ice melts, scientists are discovering long-dormant microbes and possibly other life forms. While this is fascinating, it also presents potential risks if these organisms were to be released into the environment. Resource scramble. Antarctica is rich in resources such as oil, gas, and minerals. While the Antarctic Treaty currently prohibits mining, the agreement is subject to change in the future, which could lead to conflict among nations. Historical secrets. Antarctica has been covered in ice for millions of years, preserving a unique record of Earth's past climate conditions. The terrifying part comes when considering what this record tells us about future climate change. Many scientists believe we are heading towards conditions unseen in human history. Mysterious discoveries. Antarctica has been a source of various mysteries and unusual findings, like the detection of high-energy particles, neutrinos coming from the ice, pointing to the existence of powerful cosmic accelerators. While it's more intriguing than terrifying, our limited understanding of such phenomena can be daunting. But wait, what are the real facts about Antarctica? Sure, here are some real fascinating facts about Antarctica. Size. Antarctica is the fifth largest continent, covering more than 14 million square kilometers, 5.4 million square miles, nearly twice the size of Australia. Climate. It's the coldest, windiest, and driest continent. The lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth was at Russia's Vostok station in Antarctica, minus 89.2 degrees Celsius, 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, on July 21st, 1983. Ice. About 98% of Antarctica is covered by ice averaging 1.9 kilometers, 1.2 miles, in thickness. This ice contains about 70% of the planet's fresh water. Inhabitants. There are no permanent human residents. Scientists from various countries live there temporarily for research. However, Antarctica is home to several species of penguins, seals, and various types of birds. In the surrounding seas, krill, whales, and various species of fish can be found. Research. The Antarctic Treaty of 1959, signed by 12 nations, prohibits military activity, mineral mining, nuclear testing, and nuclear waste disposal. It supports scientific research and protects the continent's ecozone. Ozone layer. The discovery of the hole in the ozone layer was made in Antarctica in 1985. This has led to global efforts to reduce the use of ozone-depleting chemicals. Lake Vostok. Antarctica is home to one of the largest subglacial lakes in the world, Lake Vostok. It's located under Russia's Vostok station, and scientists believe that it may harbor unique life forms. Dry valleys. The dry valleys of Antarctica are the driest places on Earth, with virtually zero humidity and no snow or ice cover. Interestingly, the conditions in the dry valleys are considered to be the closest earthly analog to the planet Mars. Meteorites. Antarctica is one of the best places in the world for finding meteorites. Dark meteorites show up against the white expanse of ice and snow, and are relatively well preserved in the cold environment. Volcanoes. There are active volcanoes in Antarctica. One of them, Mount Erebus, has a permanent lake of lava at its summit. Deception Island, a popular tourist site, is an active volcano as well. Remember, Antarctica is a crucial place for studying climate change, as the ice core scientists collect from its ice sheets provide a historical record of the Earth's climate. Last but not least, what are the coolest things about Antarctica? Wildlife. Despite the harsh conditions, wildlife thrives in Antarctica. From emperor and Adelie penguins to crab-eater seals and blue whales, the wildlife is a major attraction. A key part of the food chain is krill, a small crustacean eaten by a variety of Antarctic animals. Iceberg calving. The process where an edge of a glacier breaks off into the sea and becomes an iceberg known as calving can be a spectacular sight. These icebergs can be massive, sometimes the size of small countries. Dry valleys. One of the driest places on Earth, the dry valleys of Antarctica receive no precipitation, and due to katabatic winds, they have almost no snow or ice cover. It's one of the few places in Antarctica that's not covered by ice. Bloodfalls. The outflow of an iron oxide-tainted plume of salt water flowing from the tongue of Taylor Glacier onto the ice-covered surface of West Lake Bonny. When the iron-rich water comes into contact with the air, it rusts, depositing blood-red stains on the ice. Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory. Located near the Amundsen-Scott South Pole Station, Ice Cube is a neutrino observatory. Neutrinos are tiny particles that can give scientists clues about the nature of the universe. Polar auroras. Antarctica is one of the best places on Earth to witness the stunning light show known as the aurora australis, or southern lights, caused by solar particles interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. Ancient ice. The Antarctic ice sheet is the largest single mass of ice on Earth and has existed for at least 40 million years. Some of the ice in Antarctica is over 800,000 years old and has trapped tiny bubbles of Earth's atmosphere, offering a record of our past climate. Mount Erebus, the southernmost active volcano in the world, with a permanent lava lake in its summit crater. It's also one of the few volcanoes in the world to have ice fumaroles, towers of ice formed around gases that escape from vents in the surface. Meteorite hunting. Antarctica is the best place in the world for collecting meteorites. The dark rocks can be easily spotted against the stark white of the ice, and the movement of ice in the continent can concentrate meteorites in certain areas. The Southern Ocean. The waters around Antarctica are unique. They are colder and denser than other oceans. The Southern Ocean is also home to the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the largest ocean current in the world. Remember, despite its harsh environment, Antarctica is a vibrant ecosystem and a rich location for scientific research. The things we learn from this extreme environment can provide important insights about climate change and life on other planets. Your thoughts? Comment below. But in reality, the understanding of Antarctica as a continent is based on extensive research and exploration, as well as satellite imagery and other technology. Scientists from around the world, including those from non-governmental organizations and universities, have conducted research in Antarctica, providing independent verification of its characteristics. Geographical data and imagery from Antarctica are readily available and have been gathered using different methodologies, from different sources, and by different nations and organizations. For instance, satellite imagery from various countries and organizations, including NASA and the European Space Agency, consistently show Antarctica as a continent. Additionally, numerous scientific expeditions to Antarctica have also confirmed its nature. It's also important to note that many countries participate in Antarctic governance and research through the Antarctic Treaty System, which provides for peaceful, cooperative, and transparent activities. The international scientific community has a robust presence in Antarctica and conducts extensive research there. I really hope that was fun for you to watch. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment your thoughts.